Hello everyone! Last time we helped out our Pellborn Samdi and we confronted Muzala. This week we got some great news from Ysera. They have actually found a soul in Ardenweald, who was also once upon a time a Night Warrior in life, as Tyrande is at this moment.
A former Night Warrior. Let us see what wisdom they can share.
In case you forgot, Tyrande is being consumed by the embodiment of Elun's darkest face. The result of a dangerous and deadly ritual that did give her the power to kick the Horde out of Darkshore, but it's now tearing her apart. Her quest for vengeance has wreaked havoc upon the Maw in search of the Banshee Queen, and despite her best efforts, she's unwilling to give up the hunt. So, perhaps, with a bit of luck, we could find a different way to help.
In our time of need, my mother took on the power of the Night Warrior.
Then her fate is sealed. My condolences. But you must let her go. For your sake, as well as hers.
Theonax, wait!
Well, that doesn't sound good. Godarin apologizes for his husband's behavior, but the Night Warrior, it's a sensitive subject. Will we help out at the garden with slaying brigands, liberating souls, and repairing some soul webs? They explain more of their history.
Please forgive my husband. Theonax became the Night Warrior to save our world, but he paid a dear price in the end. Theonax knew the risks, but we had no choice. He invoked the dark power of Elun, and together we repelled the invaders. Though we had saved our world, the power of the Night Warrior began to destroy him.
As it threatens to destroy Tyrande.
Desperate to save him, we attempted to lessen his burden by sharing Elun's power between us. But our gambit failed. We both lost our lives, and he has blamed himself ever since.
Tyrande and Godarin, they come from a world called Phazandi. It was a beautiful world of vast forests, mighty mountains, and tranquil plains. It was for these wilds that they fought against the Dark God, or presumably an old god as we know them as. Some generations before he was born, the Dark God landed on their world. This impact wiped out an entire kingdom and disrupted the balance of nature. No one who ventured into the area returned from the wastelands. Their druids kept an eye on the borders, but they did not anticipate the monsters that would come. Creatures with far too many eyes, far too many limbs, and too many hungering mouths. They swept across the world when his great-grandparents were children. Thus, the endless war began. Entire generations have spent their lives holding against the others and their madness. But it was his mother who discovered the nature of what lived in the center of the crater. To slay this being from another world, she too tried to invoke Elun's dark face, and she died for the efforts. Meaning that the goddess Elun is not just tied to the world of Azeroth itself. Now Godarin and Tyrande, they actually fought over going through this ritual. It already killed Godarin's mother, and he did not wish for it to kill his husband as well. But Elun's power was one of their greatest weapons against the monsters. So it was that Tyrande went through the ritual, and he actually survived it. With their eyes dark as the new moons, they fought against the monsters. But they did not foresee the cost. The price of Elun's dark power. It was his life. Mortals are not meant to hold such things. One way or another, it was going to kill him. For his world, for his people and his family, he was willing to make that sacrifice. Godarin, however, was not so willing to let it happen. To Tyrande's eternal regret, trying to share the burden, it killed them both. They did manage to win, a victory that came at a terrible price, not just for giving up their own lives. The armies of madness, it killed many while they were fighting, then scattered when the Dark One died. Some of their people have succumbed to the whispers. They disappeared or simply went mad. They have lost friends, family. This god it bled, and it's gonna take many generations to cleanse the sickness from their world, if it can ever be.
Hero, let us head for the inner garden.
Theonax!
My apologies, Chandris. It is not easy for me to speak of the Night Warrior. Is there something you wish to ask?
More Spriggans? We're being ambushed.
Never have I seen them gather in these numbers.
I curse you!
Kadarin, no! What have you done to him?
I'll never tell.
Elun's wrath is Kadarin. I cannot lose him again.
We will break this curse, Tyrande. I swear by the light of Elun.
A curse, you say? Oh, I know. True love's kiss. Smooch him, Tyrande.
Nothing happened.
Strange. That always works in the fables. Anyway, new plan.
It surely must be a powerful curse if even true love's kiss doesn't work. If we can't remove it, then Kadarin's soul is gonna be lost forever. And Tyrande will refuse to help us, and Tyrande will be doomed to die horribly in the maw, and everyone will be really sad. No pressure or anything. We head out to the Grove of Memory to find the right counter curse. But this grove is also dealing with a Spriggan problem. Time to clean up the place and take pieces of the scroll that we need, bind it all together with a tethered binding from a major hex to create the sealed scroll of soul rods. From the scroll, we learn that we're gonna need 3 reagents to break this curse. First, a secret never spoken, which is provided by Watcher Vesperbloom. They're a resident snoop around here, keeping a wild hunt informed on any nefarious behavior that takes place in the forest. Their book of secrets has been devoured by Darkwater Matriarch, so all we need to do is reach inside and take it back. Secondly, some attuned anima is going to be taken from some really nasty Spriggans at Tyrande Scythe. We take Tyrande with us as they could use some nice vengeful, therapeutic Spriggan stomping. And then our final reagent is a token of lost love.
Alexstrasza must have kept some memento of Corialstras, a token of lost love. I only hope she is willing to part with it.
Corialstras is the former consort of the Red Dragon Queen Alexstrasza, and you will be hard-stretched to find a deeper love. When she was enslaved by the orcs, he found a way to reunite the divided aspects, return them to full power and set her free. You might recall seeing them together in Wrath the Lich King after the Wrathgate events, and his demise, it came similar to how he lived his life, in sacrifice to others. He blew himself up to prevent their unborn children from turning into vile, twisted, chromatic dragons. That's the one Ysera believes that Alexstrasza loved most. But in truth,
Ysera, it brightens my heart to know her death was not an end, but a new beginning. We were sisters, hatched from the same clutch, inseparable since birth. Ysera speaks of Corialstras, whom I loved dearly, but I loved none more than her. She gave me a gift when we first became aspects. Take it with you and save your friend. And champion, please tell my sister that she is sorely missed, fondly remembered, and deeply loved.
from the chest, we take a small carving of Ysera. Rough edges smoothed by time and handling. The ancient wood carving has been preserved by high-quality protection spells, perfect to save Kadarin.
Okay, everyone, let's break this curse!
What happened?
Kadarin. Thank Elun it worked. I know not if the Night Warrior's fate can be averted, but I will do all that I can to aid you.
Thank you, Tyrande. And you, Kadarin. You are fortunate to have each other.
Yes, we are.
Despite his resentment towards Elun, she's still given praise that all of this worked. Hopefully, with their inside knowledge, we might be able to find a different fate for Tyrande than the Night Warriors that came before. And seeing how they're really building up this story of Elun, now adding that Elun's powers are not just tied to Azeroth, but there are more planets out there that know about her as well. I'm really curious to see where that story is going to go in the future. However, that will be a story for next time. So for now, thank you very much for watching, everyone. Subscribe if you like my videos. Leave a like if you enjoyed this one. And until next time, see ya!